And how did you go from playing football at West Texas State to getting into pro wrestling?
Well, Tully Blanchard and I played football together. He was the quarterback, and his father was a promoter in San Antonio, and he started asking me to become a professional wrestler, but I wanted to be a professional football player. I went and found out I played for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I found out how tough it was. And then I ended up playing another year in Canada, and then Tully and I broke in. Well, Tully was already a worker. He wrestled in the summers, and then I started training with Hiro Matsuda in Florida. Tully Blanchard had started in Florida with, I can remember, Eddie Graham, yeah. And, you know, I met a lot of good people. Andre the Giant helped me along the way. The Funks helped me. So the rest is history.
So you had the Funks helping you. What about if I were to bring up Mario Savoldi? What did Mario mean to you?
Well, Mario Savoldi was booking in Amarillo, Texas. And he and Andre, for some reason, Andre got to liking me, and he brought a piece of a tape, because he was on his way to New York to show Vince McMahon Sr., and he showed him the tape, and before you know it, I'm on my way to New York. So I credit Mario Savoldi and Andre the Giant for getting me to New York as early as I did in my career.
Now, what did Ted DiBiase mean in your career early on?
Well, Ted DiBiase and I happened to be in Amarillo at the time. When I went to Amarillo, we teamed up. We were the Texas Tag Team Champions there in Amarillo. You know, I admired Ted. You know, Ted was a great worker, you know, right from the beginning. His father was a professional wrestler. Any wrestler that had a father, for some reason, those guys, the first day they stepped into the ring, they were fantastic. Myself, I had to learn how to crawl before I started walking and then running. And once I started running, I never looked back.
Now, what if I were to talk about Richard Blood? Can we bring up Richard Blood? And I don't mean the real Richard Blood, I memean the other Richard Blood. Can you explain this to people who don't know what I'm talking about?
Well, everybody knows Rick Steamboat was over like $1 million in the Carolinas. I had just started. Steamboat left Atlanta, went to Charlotte. So Barnett was a promoter, you know, for Atlanta. He was really upset that they lost a big talent. So Barnett is the one that decided that I was going to be Richard Blood. Barnett flew to Charlotte to ask permission from Ricky Steamboat, and they gave me Ricky Steamboat's name. When I got to Charlotte later on, the fans would come up and, you know, they'd look up Ricky Steamboat's license plates, and they'd say, they asked me, why do you let Steamboat drive your car? And I tell them, because I'm a nice guy.
See, not a lot of people know that you had Ricky Steamboat's real name as a wrestling gimmick.